Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester. Panhandle Outdoors, your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
All right, good morning. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. I'm glad you're here this morning. Got a great show lined up. Sitting here talking with a guest, and hope we can have time to cover all the things we want to cover. But first of all, we want to cover the weather brought to us by Haney Technical Center at 767-5500. Folks, it's a little bit cooler out there now. The first thing when I got outside this morning, I looked up in the sky. The sky just is crystal clear. The moon, the Jupiter, you can see it was just a great shot of Jupiter over there. And it's just a beautiful morning. If you can get up before daylight comes and look out up in the sky. It's 55 here in Panama City, 59 Mariana, 63 Apalachicola, and 60 over in Sandestin, all in our viewing area. High today, will reach 80. Low tonight, 56. Great night for Friday night football throughout the Panhandle. Water temperature 80 degrees, and the boating forecast, it'll be that north wind coming in about 8 to 17. Seas just 1 to 2 near shore, but no, as you get off with that north wind now, it's going to be a little bit rougher at 2 to 4 offshore, and a light chop on protected waters. Take a look at our river readings. We have flatlined all summer and all fall with Apalachicola. This morning it's reading a 0.4, and it looks like it's going to stay that way for the rest of this week. Choctahatchee has just barely movement in it. It's reading a 0.7. So as always, we said the last couple of months, the rivers are just extremely low, and if you're out this weekend, I know a lot of y'all are going to be on the river. Getting ready for squirrel season pretty soon, and it's going to be those snags and all sticking up. Just be careful on the river. Let's take a look at our Carl Vernon Marine Services, his tide chart he sends us every 2 weeks. Today's the 14th. We're looking at some really strong tides. Low this morning is 807 here in Panama City, and highs at 1032 tonight. We're looking at a 1.8 foot range, really strong tide. Looking at tomorrow too, it's going to be great all weekend. A lot of y'all are going to be fishing that tournament, the redfish tournament. Then also, a lot of y'all told me we're going to be fishing down there in that bass tournament, trying to win that $10,000. So, a lot of activities going on this weekend outdoors. The biggest problem is trying to decide which one to do. I'm still undecided. We're going to talk more about that. But always on Friday morning too, like I mentioned, Sea Quarters Marina down in Carabel. Great place to fish. If you've ever visited that area, Carabel is just a unique fishing village. And right there on the water on the Carabel River sits Sea Quarters Marina, and Mildred Collins and his staff will be glad to take care of you. And the group of fishing is in full swing down there. All right, let's take our first break and be right back with our guest.
We are so lucky to live in North Florida. We have some of the best fresh and saltwater fishing in the world. My biggest problem is not catching fish, but trying to decide what kind of fish I want to catch. No matter what I'm after, I always stop at Sunjammers Water Sports first. They have just what I need: rods and reels, line, tackle, and most important, live bait. Yes, sir, we sure are lucky.
Panama City living is simply better without glasses. The Eye Center of North Florida offers the most advanced cataract surgery using lifestyle lens implants, which allow you to see all distances glasses-free. Our surgeons perform this quick and painless procedure at our accredited surgery center. When it comes to your vision, trust your local experts in surgical eye care. The Eye Center of North Florida.
9 doctors, 1 vision, yours.
Bill Kramer Chevrolet Cadillac Buick GMC is Panama City's exclusive full-line dealership. Built on a 45-year foundation of trust and total customer satisfaction in all departments, including our huge pre-owned department, where we'll pay top dollar for your current automobile as a trade-in, or we'll place your vehicle on our lot and help you sell it. At Bill Kramer Chevrolet Cadillac Buick GMC. 4 decades, 3 generations, 1 tradition.
Hi, I'm Paul Flagg with Professional Fiberglass and Marine Service. We offer all types of boat repair, fiberglass work, bottom painting, detailing, buffing. If your gel coat's looking dull, we can get that boat looking good for you again. We also offer a pickup and delivery service, and we have trailers that you can use if we are going to work on your boat, and we can come and get your boat for you. We can be reached at 850-960-9054, or you can reach us on the web at profiberglassmarine.com.
And welcome back. Two familiar faces to me, Joy Farrell.
Good to see you, Coach.
Justin Rinspies.
How you doing, Coach?
Now, I've known these guys a long time, and when they called and wanted to come on the show, I didn't hesitate because I knew they always have a lot of good stuff, and we're going to talk about their early days later on. We'll talk about the glory days later on, but let's get right here, cut to the chase, and tell us what's going on with you guys. Tell us what y'all do and what we're going to have going on. Okay?
Go ahead, Dustin.
Coming up is the second annual Bay County Haunted Hayride. Last year was our initial haunted hayride. We ran it for 3 nights. This year, we're going to run it for 2 nights. It's going to be October 28th and 29th, a Friday and Saturday night, and it's located at Harder's Park off of John Pitts Road. Admission for the event is going to be $5 for the adults, $3 for children 7 to 12, and children 6 and under are going to be free. Your children that are 7 to 12 years old need to be accompanied by an adult for the ride. The times that we're going to do for the event, we're going to start at dark. We don't really have a set time, normally around 6:30. The ticket booth is going to close at 10 p.m. on Friday and Saturday night, but if you have a ticket and you're in line and it's past 10, we're going to honor that ticket and we're going to continue the ride until the last person gets that opportunity. A little bit about the Haunted Hayride. This year we've got 25 sites, and the sites are made up from different departments throughout the county. It's not just a park and recreation hayride, it's a Bay County hayride. And we've got a lot of volunteers, and all the departments in Bay County are coming up with skits and doing things. We're always looking for extra volunteers. On Saturday, we're going to have a pumpkin patch. We're going to have a costume contest for the kids. We're going to have it's going to start around 6:30, 7 o'clock for kids, for children 12 and under. We'll have 4 different age groups and prizes for scariest, cutest outfits. But, you know,
now, wait, I'm going to interrupt you. The scariest now, George might win that one.
That's a very good possibility. I'm going to be a scarecrow. There you go. It fits.
I'm going to be a clown.
Well, that fits also.
There you go.
You know, one thing I want to mention real quick is all the different departments within Bay County are playing a part in this. And you know, the county is a big family as far as the employees. And what you got to understand is these employees are donating their time.
Yeah.
Yep.
They're strictly volunteering to carry out this event for those 2 nights.
Well, one of the biggest themes on our show here is trying to get families to get outdoors and get out and do things and all that. And this is a great opportunity. This is a unique. I didn't get to go last year, but I heard a lot about it. It really went off well last year, I know. So,
I tell you what, last year we didn't know what to expect. We wanted to do something different, and like you said, get the families, get the kids out, draw them and let them know that, you know, the type of parks and the type of events that the county can put on. And we had around 5,000 people come through last year amazing. On the Haunted Hayride, and we expect for it to be even bigger and better this year.
Yeah, that's amazing. And that's going to be the 28th and 29th. Now, when they're going to be going in a wagon, or how will they be, or walking, or?
Well, we've got trailers.
Okay.
We've got trailers that hold, you know, roughly 20, 25 people that we pull with our county trucks. We put hay in the bottom. We've got them lined with benches. We put a guide on each trailer, and they slowly move through, which is the Harder's Park walking trail. It's in the middle of the woods, basically. And what we do is we stagger the trucks. The trucks have about a 30, 45-second gap in between them. We've got a guide to make sure everybody's okay on the rides. But we've got 25 sites set up all along this path. And when they come up on a site, the lights click on, and you know, all these different departments that Joey had mentioned, you know, road department, people like that, they've got all these different skits, and you'd be amazed at just what they're coming up with.
Yeah. Well,
I think it'll be a great time for everybody.
Well, I know it will be, and we're certainly going to get out there and film some of it, and hopefully big weather. This is a great time of the year, and hopefully we'll have some great weather and all. So we're going to take this break now. We're going to come back and talk a lot more with these guys.
On down to Blue Water Outrigger, where you'll always find friendly service, fresh and saltwater fishing rods, top of the line men's and women's apparel. Don't forget to pick up your live baits and let us help you with all your outdoor needs. Check out our wide selection of top quality reels and hunting necessities and everything in between. Come see us or order online. We'll be waiting for you right next door to Piggly Wiggly, Port St. Joe.
Harold Milling Company, rough and tough dog food. Harold Milling Company builds it. They build hog feed, they build dairy feed, they make chicken feed. They have specialty feeds for rabbits. If you got a worm farm, grandmother used to have a worm farm. Look at the Harold Milling Company. You want to go down and get you, the dog's not running anymore. That's all over with. You want to get that 16% and drop down from the 26% protein. You don't want over to get fat. Harold Milling Company, you can buy at almost any feed store in the Panama City area.
Captain's Cove Marina, designed with fishermen in mind. Easy access to the best fishing along Florida's Forgotten Coast. Deep sea fishing, fly fishing from a kayak, cruising endless miles of bayous, bays, and the intercoastal waterway. Count on the captain's crew to work hard to make your day on the water the best ever. Captain's Cove Marina, 1617 Grouper Avenue, Port St. Joe, 850-227-3357.
Panama City Beach is known as one of the top dive destinations in Florida. Divers Den offers daily dive charters that can accommodate up to 13 divers. Our boat captain is U.S. Coast Guard certified and a PADI dive instructor. We have trained professionals who offer a variety of scuba certifications. Come see us at our 2 locations on Thomas Drive and Timber Parkway.
Okay, welcome back. So here Dustin Rinspees and Joy Farrell. Let's take a look at a nice fish right here. This is one of my students, Emily McCormick. Now, she is an excellent fisherman. This is a nice bass that she caught up in her granddaddy's pond up there in Washington County. Weighed over 6 pounds. My dad's Mickey McCormick and Jamie McCormick. So good job by Emily. Emily's a sweet girl in my class. Really, she's going to fish tomorrow with her cousin in the redfish tournament. So that's going to be interesting to see how that goes. And we see, talking about young people and all, I've known these guys since they were young. So Joy was the first guy. Now these are, you're looking at 2 good baseball players. Joy was the first guy I've ever seen in high school to throw 90 miles an hour. He was had a lively arm. Dustin, I saw Dustin as an 8-year-old pitch in the Dixie Youth World Series in Laurel, Mississippi. So I've known these guys a long time, and they've got a great baseball background. You know, most baseball players have an outdoor strain in them. You know,
absolutely.
I've had some guys on before. What do you guys doing outdoors, real quick?
Hey, I hunt and fish, and I know Dustin does the same.
Absolutely. Got to hunt and fishing. Both seasons right around the corner, October 22nd. Can't wait.
Yeah, and I had Clee Thomas on last year, and you know he was raring to go too. So
yeah,
absolutely.
It's funny how baseball and outdoors goes together.
It's a change of weather.
Okay, a couple more things though on our big shindig.
Yeah, you know, we like to talk about, you know, recycling a little bit in Bay County also, and you know, this event ties right into it. For instance, a lot of the props and the sites that are built out of lumber that has been recycled either from the landfill or from donations from some of our supporters, and I think that's extremely important. And the other thing is, all the proceeds from this event are going to a nonprofit organization. Now, what nonprofit, we don't know yet.
Yeah.
The way we decide that is all the county employees vote, and then we'll announce that. Dustin?
Should be announced this coming up week.
Yes.
It should be announced.
Yeah, to see which charity we're going to support.
Yeah.
And you know, last year I think it was approximately $10,000.
Yeah, we raised right around $10,500, and last year I believe it was Relay for Life. And so it's somebody, you know, I believe the vote happened this week, and we should know the charity next week.
Yeah, and you know what's exciting about this is we're all county employees. We're here to serve and we're here to give back, and it makes us feel extremely good to know we're doing something for some of these needy charities.
Well, it's a win-win situation. The families can go out there and have a great time during the fall season, and then you can take the proceeds and give it to a real worthy cause. So this is I'm really happy you guys are doing this and all. This is good stuff.
Hey, and it's going to take you back to your childhood days, Dustin.
Yeah.
We can get us a candy apple if we want it.
We haven't had one of those in a while.
Absolutely, but we're going to have all that up there. It's going to be great.
What about cotton candy?
I'm not sure about the cotton candy, but I know there's going to be some things that'll spark your taste buds a little bit.
Joy, get back to what you used to play ball and all. You ended up going to Auburn and
no, actually, I was actually the first baseball player drafted out of Mosley.
First player drafted. Right.
It's funny to hear Cody Johnson talked about it. Cody said, Joey may have been the first, but I was the highest, and he's absolutely right. And Dustin also played pro ball.
Yeah.
But Gulf Coast, and then signed with the University of Florida, and then you were, I don't even remember, to be honest with you.
I got drafted out of Mosley, and I went to George Wallace Community College in Dothan, Alabama for a year, and got the opportunity to go play some professional baseball after attending Wallace.
Yeah,
there you go.
Yeah.
Back in the draft and follow days.
And the funny thing about it all, in all these years, we've done different things. We're both still involved in baseball.
Yeah,
I work with the Braves some.
Yeah.
He's worked with the Braves, and
I'm at Mosley High School.
Yeah, and Mosley as pitching coach.
And y'all do a lot of scouting and see a lot of high school players and all.
I still do that. Matter of fact, I was watching a couple of kids yesterday afternoon.
Does it surprise you, from even when y'all played, I know you were in the 80s and Justin in the 90s, that the velocity and all of the ball is a little bit higher now? I mean, what y'all see? You see much difference? What do y'all see? I know you were throwing a 90, but a kid throws a 90 now. I mean, they go jump up and down.
I think you see more actually in the big leagues, more guys throwing 95 plus, but in high school, I think it's kind of the same.
Yeah,
I think guys are in better shape though.
I think the fact that they're doing an extremely lot of exercise, conditioning.
Mm-hmm.
They're going through trainers.
In the high school level. I mean, and they're going year round.
Yeah, year round.
And they're starting young.
Yeah.
I mean, and it seems like they're playing year round. Now, I think there's some good things with that, but also I think there's more opportunities to get injured.
Yes.
So we have to be careful.
I see that too. And when you guys played and y'all were in the season and all that, we had, I was coaching football time, we had Joy come out and had never played football, came out and punted the football. And folks just skyrocketed, and we had Auburn was wanting to sign him right away, and but ended up going the baseball route. But
yeah, he made me come out after a class in PE or something.
Yeah, I had him in PE class, and I watched him in PE class, and I said, "You got to come out this afternoon." It was a great story there. But all right, listen. I know you were down at Tarpon Rock Seafood a while, and you got a good seafood background, and
they're great people.
You know Greg and Maria well,
as well as Dustin.
And Dustin, every time I go down to Dustin, and they're buying some mullet or something. He's always seriously. Every time I go in there, he's in there.
He's the crab cake guy.
I'm the crab cake guy.
But and they're so good-hearted too. About every Friday, we give some stuff away from Tarpon Rock Seafood, and this Friday will be no exception. So I'm gonna let you guys give away 3 things now. A pint of oysters is number 1. That sounds good now, don't it?
It does.
Yeah, it does.
Cool day, not today.
Absolutely.
Number 2 is going to be the crab black bean dip and a smoked tuna dip. That's together.
That's really good.
You've had that, right?
My mama loves that.
You sampled a little bit of all of it.
Pretty much I have.
Okay.
I need to stay out of there for a while.
And the third thing will be the T-shirts. I'm gonna let this is a pickle jar. Now, like I said, this registration lasted a whole year now. Starting in January of 2012, we're going to re-register for some more prizes. But Dustin, I'm going to let you draw for the pint of oysters. Now, don't draw with Joey Farrell's name out.
Don't look at who you. No, I'm just kidding.
Go ahead. Who's that? James Perdue out of Parker. James Perdue. Okay. Joey, I'm going to let you write oysters on that.
We got it.
Okay, oysters.
All right.
Yeah, you draw.
All right, now you draw. Joey, I'm going to let you draw. This is the crab black bean dip, and a smoked tuna dip. Who's that?
Mike Fote.
Fote. Mike Fote. F-O-A-T-E. Mike. Okay. And we're going to have one more. This will be for a T-shirt. Nice Tarpon Rock T-shirt. I have one of those.
And those are nice T-shirts.
Those are nice.
Very
they
nice.
Really are. All right. Captain Jerry Cutchins. Jerry watches the show a lot. All right, Jerry got your T-shirt there. Good job.
You know, Coach, they've got an excellent seafood market down there. there's just if you want it, you can find it at Tarpon Dock.
What's so neat too, it just comes right off the boat. I mean, right there off the boat. You go down there, you got the boats lined up, and
It's fresh.
And I know you saw some good captains down there bringing in that food and all. So.
Yeah, it's good. It's a good place to get some food.
Yeah. Okay, we're going to take our final break, come back, and we're going to have our famous Friday fishing forecast. We'll be right back.
The greatest investment we can all make is in the lives of our children and grandchildren.
To help you invest for retirement, handle your IRA rollover, protect your family with life or long-term care insurance, call my dad for an appointment at his new office on Wilson Avenue behind Lowe's. And he'll give you a copy of his most recent book, 7 Steps to Serious Money. For free! Walter Woodrick, your serious money advisor!
My name's Captain Rick Corley. I'm a SAMS accredited Marine Surveyor, NAMS certified Marine Surveyor, and IAME certified Marine Investigator. Been surveying since 1969. Was taught by my father, who is the oldest, longest practicing Marine Surveyor in the world. We do all types of survey, commercial or pleasure. Steel, aluminum, fiberglass, wood, makes no difference. Give us a call at 850-527-5287 or visit us online. We'd appreciate your business.
When you think of a successful hunting season, two things come to mind: Browning and C&G Sporting Goods. Browning is the best there is, and C&G Sporting Goods is your factory direct, full-line Browning dealer. C&G stocks Browning guns, camo, knives, scopes, gun safes, bows, and much more, including hunting and fishing license. Look over the new Browning BAR camo short right and X-Bolt rifles. Why pay good money for anything less than a Browning? Browning and C&G, the best there is. Home of the experts.
It's Kubota Summertime Deal Days right now at Sowell Tractor, and that means Kubota finance offers are heating up.
Right now, we have long-term finance rates for qualified buyers. We have the deals you've been waiting for on the new Kubota Grandale 40.
Come take a look at the new Kubota Grandale Series tractors today.
Hurry to Sowell Tractors Kubota Summertime Deal Days and get your best deal on a new Kubota today while the sun shines.
Welcome back. Glad you're with us this morning. And as always, we want to start off with our Express Lane fishing game forecast for today. This morning it was we're looking at 158 this morning to 358. But this afternoon now, go ahead and get off work early. You're looking at 221 to 421 this afternoon. Go ahead and tell your boss you got to leave early. Joel, you do that, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's brought to us by Express Lane, American owned, American operated. Now, Tarpon Dock Seafood, famous Friday fishing forecast. Guys, I'm going to cover a couple of things, but I'm going to let y'all talk about it because I know y'all are big outdoorsmen too. But let's, as always, start over in South Walton County. Bruce Mixon covers the beat over there and does a great job. I mean, seriously, he gets out every week, 3 or 4 places. What he said now to Pompano, and it's going to correspond with what I'm going to say about Bay County. Pompano, really hot over in South Walton. Peeled shrimp is working good. Frozen or fresh, and crab knuckles is becoming a good bait. Crab knuckles, okay? Reds and specks are doing great in the bay. The water's cooled a little bit, and fish are reacting to change. I talked to a friend who fished a pond in South Walton and caught some nice bass this week on a plastic worm. And the bass are getting turned on in the lower part of the river, lower part of the Choctaw River there. The bass are coming on there really good. Here in Panama City, locally here in the Bay System, the first thing that people caught more of this week, the hottest thing is pompano. They've been red hot off the pier. People catching them offshore, off the bank there, and also in their boats. So excellent pompano fishing this weekend. The fall run is in full swing. They're catching, every day they're catching Spanish and king mackerel off the pier. And the flounder, and we're going to talk about flounder. I know we were talking about it before it came on the air. This is the time of year for flounder and red roe mullet.
It is time. It won't be long till about every one of those little sandy spots you see in the bay, you can drag a grub through it or a bull minnow and catch flounder.
Yeah.
And also, you know, the moon's starting to, we'll be looking for that moon in the end of October and November for them red roe mullet. You know, they'll start coming out to pass, and anybody that likes red roe, this is the time to start looking for them.
I talked to a guy Tuesday night up at the cookout Tuesday night, and I talked to 1 or 2 of my students that have been catching mullet this past week. One guy said he stood, the guy Tuesday night said he stood off the end of the State Park Pier.
State Park Pier.
And Joy used to work out there, and for 11 minutes, watched the mullet come by for 11 minutes. But he said he'd already called it the limit, but he timed it. He said he said the row is not quite there yet.
It's not quite. It's going to take a little while longer.
Yeah.
And and don't forget, the county's got an outstanding pier. I mean, an outstanding pier.
Yeah.
So and it's always been a hot spot for mullet.
Yeah.
Always.
Let's look real quick down in St. Joe and Apalachicola Bay. We talked to Blair Morgan every Wednesday morning, and last weekend they had a lot of strong winds, kept everybody off the Gulf. But surf fishing was good for whiting along the Cape and along St. George Island with a few pompano, and he was talking about cast netting down there around East Point. Some of those guys you can get in a situation there with that north wind, you get on the calm side of the bay and have a good time there. So and flounder was being caught in the St. Joe Canal. So it's been the biggest thing now. We right in the middle of we doing dove hunting. We're getting ready to go deer hunting. We're getting ready to fall fish. So what do y'all choose?
I'm gonna be bow hunting on October 22nd.
You're going to bow hunt next week, right?
I'm fishing.
I'm gonna be in the tree stand.
You're going to fish.
I'm going to fish.
Okay.
I'll come get my fish from him, and he can get some venison from me.
There you go.
Trade it off.
There you go.
Well, guys, like I said, I've known these guys a long time and always enjoyed them and all. We're great athletes and they're great contributors to our community now and doing stuff like this. I'm just so proud of y'all for doing this. I know it's going to be some good things happen from it.
We're excited about it. It's a year later. We're going to be a year better.
Yeah.
So, but I appreciate you allowing us to come on.
Oh, anytime. A lot of times the most fun I have, of course, I enjoy it right here live on air. A lot of, before we come on air, man, we start talking about things and all of a sudden
we're reminiscing about the younger days,
about the glory days. And,
there you go.
And it was some great times we had with these guys. But again, I want to reiterate to you how important it is, and they do it too, about getting in outdoors, enjoying the outdoors, taking the family outdoors. Cody, Joy's son, was in my class last year, graduated. He's up at Troy now.
That's right.
And he's on Facebook with me, and I can see him. Speaking of Facebook, Scott Lindsay wrote a good article yesterday about the importance of trying to, if you hadn't read yesterday's article, try to, the importance of taking care of our own fishing area and all, and not necessarily telling the whole world about where the big fish are, but we try to protect some of that stuff. But we want people to come down fishing off the pier and all, but maybe we don't want them to go right there in our own hot spot that our granddaddy showed us. So anyway, you know what I mean.
Make sure we take a kid fishing.
Always. That's
Always.
So important. So take your family out this weekend. Do something good for some other day. God bless.
Thanks for joining us for Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester. Panhandle Outdoors features hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.